welcome back to my channel. I've been playing this game for almost a year, and I'm I'm gonna explain to you how I do to not get bored in this game. The first thing you want to do in this when you start is to try a different class. So of course, when you start this game, if you have a starter account, you can have up to 2 classes. So try to pick 2 classes that you really think that you're gonna like, and test it, of course. But let's say you buy the expansion. Let's say you buy the retail version. If you buy the retail version, you will have more character slots, so you'll be able to do more. You'll be able to add more classes. So let's say you do buy the expansion at some point. What you can do, what I would suggest you to do is to try a different class. Right now I'm playing Mechanist. As you can see, I'm playing Mechanist, Engineer. Then the next day I would play Necromancer. Like that. Well, not the next day, but like if I feel like something is missing, I feel like, oh man, I want to try something new. Like maybe after a week or maybe a few couple of days, then you want to try another class like Necromancer, Ranger, Warrior, Revenant, Elementalist. You want to try different class. Nobody's forcing you to stick to one class. So you can try another class. This is what I do. If you watch my channel, I have different videos, different classes. Once you unlock a different class, let's say you try Mechanist and you like it. I'm using a hammer and a shield. You want to try maybe a rifle. You want to try a flamethrower. You want to try I don't know, elixir gun. You want to try a different build. Technically, you want to try a different build. One way I do in order to not get bored in this game is to discover. What do I mean by discovering? Well, imagine you're traveling. When you travel to a new place, in real life, how do you feel when you see a new place that you've never seen before, like waterfalls or like a mountain, or how do you feel when you see a new place? You feel like, wow, it's beautiful. You feel like it's fantastic, right? You feel good. You feel great about discovering new places, new things, right? Well, that's the same thing in Guild Wars too. One way for me to not get bored is to discover, and by discovering, I mean you try things at by yourself, in the sense that I may suggest you to try to not always look at like other builds from other YouTube videos, in the sense that I know there's a lot of YouTube videos and streamers. They're gonna tell you, oh, you gotta try this build. You gotta try, you gotta try this. You gotta try the hammer. You have to try the mace. No, you should play with the rifle. You should play. There's a lot of different builds out there for every classes. But the thing is that if you keep having the tendency of following like everybody else, you're not gonna discover anything. And one of the reasons why a lot of people get bored in this game is because they follow everybody, and they don't take the time to discover for themselves what works and what doesn't work for them. So that's one suggestion I have for you, is to discover for yourself what works and what doesn't work for you. And it doesn't matter. There's no train, guys. There's no rush. It's not like in World of Warcraft, where you need to be the first at everything. In here, you don't need to be the first. You just need to be yourself, to work, to play at your own pace, and find out what works for you and what makes you happy, right? Also, the other way that I do every day to not get bored is to try different features. So you have PvP unranked arena over here, but be careful, because in unranked arenas, you got players that are very good. So it's pretty much like League of Legends. When you get in there, you kill somebody, either you really get stumped. So if you don't like being stumped, you're not gonna like this feature, because people get in there, they will stump you, and they will stump you hard. All right. So this is random. There can be instances that you're gonna be matched with new players like you, so you're gonna have more fun, because you know that you're not gonna be stumped like the second you enter the arena, right? But you don't know, you don't like, the matchmaking is random, so you may end up facing veteran players, been playing for like 10 years, and they're gonna come in there, they're gonna one-shot kill you, and you're gonna feel like, what is this feature, right? Well, that's the thing. That's unranked arena. It's random, so you can get pretty much anything. So the other one is World v World. I do a lot of World v World, and also in World v World, don't stay in the same battleground. One of the mistakes that I've noticed, that people, they always stay in the same battleground. So you want to try this guy over here, Eternal Battleground. You want to try Fort Aspenwood, J Quarry, Alpine Borderline. You want to switch. So I suggest that. So it's more fun. There's more variety. Also, there's fashion war in this game, so you see the gear that I have. It's pretty decent, right? So that's like it's called a decade armor set, which you get by doing story decade. So you go to side story, decade of the dragon, and, and when you do all these achievements, you will get this set of gear I have right now. So there you go. So you will get the cape, you will get the armor, but then you need to dye it. Dye is not the default dye. So if you want to dye, you go to this guy over here. You go to dye over here. So then you have different dyes. When you start this game, you're not gonna have all these dyes. So some of them you're gonna get for free. Some of them you're gonna have to buy. Some of them you're gonna get as loot. Some of them you're gonna get as special loots. For your anniversary. You also want to try looking for group. So you have different places you want to click. So world boss. You have world boss over here. End of the Dragon. If you have the expansion, you have Levy Farm. You want to join this group over here. Also have Strike Mission. Experience, training. So you want to try this over here. This looking for group. In order to to try different things, and meet up with people, and this will give you the opportunity to meet with new friends and new people in game. So socializing is also one way to not get bored in Guild Wars 2. So if you are a solo player, you may find if you like being a solo player and that and that compels you, that's okay. But if you want to be make new friends and socialize, I highly recommend that you try looking for groups. Join a guild, etc., etc. So if you join a guild, you may have more chances to make new friends, right? The other suggestion is to play at your own pace. A lot of people, they will tell you, oh, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. You have to do this feature, you have to go there, you have to, it's fun. But the thing is, like, when too many people tells you what to do, is like it feels like you don't have control over your own gameplay, over your own, your own time that you play this game. So me, what I do is, like, I do listen to people's suggestion, when they tell me, oh, you should try that, you should try that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I will do it. I will do it at my own time, because the reason, if you rush in this game, because in this game there's too many things to do, there's so many things to do that it will make you feel like overwhelmed, in a sense that like, people are telling you to do this, but then when you don't do it, they feel sad. And then if you don't if you listen to them, then you're not playing at your own pace. So there's a lot of tic-tac-toes and headaches, and I don't like that kind of drama. So me, I just play at my own pace, and I don't let anybody tell me what speed I need to play this game. You also have achievement and mastery. So if you want to do achievement, it's over here. Achievement is super good. You have the daily. I suggest that you do the daily. So daily will give you 2 gold. If you do it like daily, you just have to read what it tells you to do. So a lot of them is in you got PvP, PvE, and World v World achievements that you can do in order to get the daily. And the daily, like I said, it gives you 2 gold. You got so many achievements. Like I'll be honest with you. Like, there's so many achievements that I am overwhelmed, in a sense that I never came here before, and I did not know there was so many achievements. There are too many achievements. And it's a good thing, in a sense that it's impossible for you to do all these achievements in less than a week. It's gonna take me 10 years. I'm not lying to you. This is gonna take me 10 years to do all these achievements. There are too many achievements, but which is a good thing, in the sense that you even have fishing achievement. I love the fishing achievement because I love fishing, by the way, and it gives you, like, it gives you a sense of a sense of challenge, so it's a good thing, because there's a lot of people, when they play this game, they just think about, battle, PvP, battle, world v world, but they don't take the time. Sometimes they forget that, how about you try this achievement here, Pack Camper? Why don't you try that and see if you can do it for yourself? Can you do it? Yes or no? Can you? I dare you to do it, right? And then when you start working on it, it's going to take you many hours, but at the same time, you're going to log in and you're going to feel like, oh man, I had fun today. I had fun today because I didn't do the same thing. I did something new. I did an achievement. I did an achievement, and it make me realize that it was fun. Also, we have crafting over here. So you see, I have armor. You can have 2 crafting professions. I have armorsmith and artificer. And by the way, armorsmith is for is for classes that wear heavy gear. I made a mistake because you see my mechanist, she wears leather. So I took armor. I don't know why I took armorsmith. So don't make the same mistake. Well, I mean, you can take armorsmith. It's fine. But I would suggest that you give armorsmith profession to someone who wears heavy armor. because then you can use it for yourself if you want to craft an ascended gear or like any kind of exotic gear which is heavy. But she is leather. Medium gear is leather, so I should have taken leather working, but I already have leather worker on my ranger, so that's why I didn't want to have leather worker on two classes. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I have artificer. Artificer is fun. This is one of my favorite profession, by the way. You create staff, you create scepter, you create focus, and you have legendaries over here, potions, refinement, scepter, as I said, staff, trident. So every profession has a certain, you can craft certain things, certain armor, certain weapon, right, per profession. So you want to pick the right one if you want to craft a specific, like armor or weapon. So another way to not get bored in this game, guys, optionally, you want to buy, you want to do your story. Like a lot of people, what they do, they don't do their story. They skip everything and they do Path of Fire. They buy the expansion, they do Path of Fire to get the mount, but then they don't do anything else. All they want is the mount. Well, that's one big mistake because the story is very fun. Like, to be honest with you, one of the best feature that I like from Guild Wars 2 is the story. And when you do your story, you understand, what you're doing in this game, like why you are who you are and where you are. Also, if you have Living Will Season 1, that has been added to Guild Wars 2 for free. So you have this one here for free, and you have more to come, by the way. Heart of Thorn, you have to buy that. It's an expansion, and I suggest you buy that. This Heart of Thorn is very fun, along with Path of Fire over here. So this come together. Heart of Thorn and Path of Fire expansion, they come together. I suggest that you buy that. It's very, very... Do your story, you'll see you won't regret it. It's very fun. Iceblood Saga, you can buy that in the gem store, I believe. And the Dragon is a third expansion, so this one, to me personally, is a must. End of the Dragon is a must, otherwise I wouldn't be able to play the Mechanist. You see, I play Mechanist right now over here, this Mechanic spec. So in order for me to play Mechanist, I need End of the Dragon. So yeah, End of Dragon, and the story is super fun. It's super fun, super good as well. I suggest that you do that. The best way for you to never get bored in this game, guys, is it's diversity. Is to do different things every single day. Like, trust me, this is what I've noticed since the past 11 months, almost 1 year now. What I've noticed that people, they do the same thing over and over again every single day. They have a schedule. There's like, at this time I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. The reason they do that is because they're used to it, which is fine. The other reasons for the legendary. So another end game in this, this game basically is to craft legendaries. But crafting legendaries shouldn't be something that you look forward when you start, because trust me, when you realize what you need to do to get the legendary, you will feel like giving up. And I had that, and I almost made that mistake. I almost made that mistake of giving up because I figured out that making legendary was way too complicated. Don't do the same thing every single day, guys. Try to do different things. Like the next day I'm gonna log in, instead of doing, I'm gonna farm a little bit, and then I'm gonna join WoW World, or then I'm gonna do a little bit of PvP, or I'm gonna look for my achievement over here. I'm gonna see, oh, how do I get this? How do I get this? How do I get this? I want this thing over here. I want this thing. So how do I get this? Are you guys feeling my drift? So, and then the next day I'm gonna do storyline, and then the next day I'm gonna try different builds. And then the next day I'm gonna try different utility build. You know what I mean, guys? So the point of this video, guys, is diversity, is to never do the same thing in this game, because if you do the same thing in this game like all the others, you're gonna be bored. You're gonna be bored and you're gonna say this game is boring, when in fact it's not boring. It's just that you don't give yourself a chance to try something new. You don't. So yeah, guys, it's impossible for me to get bored in this game because I give myself a chance to try different things. But that's because I choose to try different things. Alright, guys, so if you find this video useful, please like, subs, comments, and share. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Tyria. Cheers!